I am live, I guess. I'm live. This is just a test to see how this goes. Because I plan on, well, the idea is to get a live sort of, what do they call it? A live sort of podcast thing up and going, I guess. I'm trying to see. There we go. Let me click on that. I am watching myself. It's weird. I'm recording. Well, I'm live on my iPad with Panic in Year Zero, and I'm watching myself on the screen as well, just because I wanted to check whether or not it was mirrored or whether it was reversed. But yeah, this is intriguing. Never done this before. I've done the podcast and I've done the videos, but I've never done a live thing. So this is just a test. I'll probably close it in about 2 minutes, just to see how it works. But if anybody wants to join at some point in the future, that would be amazing. It says there's one person watching, and that one person is probably me. I think it is me, actually, because I'm watching it on my monitor. What have we got here on the side? We got filters. We got filters, bubbles. I don't know, a dance party. Dream. There's loads. Boop, 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 boop. What's that one? Oh, it's rustic and old. Don't know what that one is. Black and white. It's like a silent movie. That's weird. That's even weirder. What else is there? What's that one? Yeah, this is bizarre. I quite like this filter. This filter is pretty good. I've got a no filter. It's got a no filter. Yeah. What else have we got? That is... What was that? At least 1 minute of video is needed to start a highlight. Okay, we don't want to do a highlight. Hello, Sophia Plays. How are you? I Doctor... Who? Sorry, it's really low in the bottom because I'm using, like I said, I'm using the iPad, so the chat's coming up weird. There's 11 people watching this weird test that I'm doing. What else we got? Yeah. Hello, Matthew Soto. How are you? So the idea is to set up a like a podcast, a video podcast, and because I do the podcast, I do the audio podcast, and I do the videos every now and then. I'm good, thanks, Matthew. I'm pretty good, actually. Yeah, all good. So this is what I want. I want to add this. Stitch Queen, what up? Mr. Erock 1983, hello. How was your day today? My day was pretty boring. I didn't really do anything. I have a bit of an eye infection, so I had to go to the opticians to book an appointment tomorrow to get it looked at. What else did I do? I cooked the bolognese. Not that exciting. Stitch Queen, I'm good. Apart from an eye infection, I'm all good. Thank you for asking. 9 people watching. Popcorn. Thanks, Matthew. So yeah, Yeah, like I said, this is just a test to see how the live works through my iPad, which seems to be working really, really well. Oh, I'm going to put a filter back on again because it's funny. Whee! Same for me. Woke up, went to work, worked 10 hours, came home and fed the dogs, and now raising in. Same cycle every day. 100% Mr. E-Rock 1983. Oh, good year as well, mate. Same, 1983. Um, yeah, I used to do 9 hour days, 5 days a week, and it kills me. It did kill me. I'm dead. But I'm going to turn this stupid thing off. Put the bubbles on instead. What else we got? Well, are you Stitch Queen? Are you new to my channel or YouTube in general? Same with you, Matthew. Hmm. Yeah. So, like I said, this isn't going to be a long stream. It's just me testing out the waters and seeing how things work. Stitch Queen, have you got a channel? New to YouTube, Matthew. You're new to YouTube. How are you new to YouTube? YouTube's been around since 2005. But welcome anyway to hours and hours and hours of endless rubbish, specifically meme videos and cat videos. Stitch, as in Lilo and Stitch. Because Lilo and Stitch is amazing. Fantastic movie. Although I don't see the point of making a live action one. That's a bit of a weird one. Stick with the 2D animation. Ah, fair enough, Matthew. That's fair. I'm assuming you mean like Twitch and maybe Kick. Fair. That's a fair reason, Stitch Queen. So if the people who are new here watching this stream, um, I am primarily a film guy. I'm a movie guy, so I my videos are physical media updates and just movie talk. But I do a podcast as well, where I talk about movies and go a little bit more in depth inside into them. Um, so yeah, if you've never been to my channel, it's not a massive channel. It's only like, and that's why like I've only got like 1.3 thousand subscribers, which is amazing for me as a very small channel who makes really ridiculously long videos about DVDs and movies. Fine Domino. Are you excited for any new films releasing in cinemas? Um, Not really. There's a few interesting ones that I'm intrigued to see how they pull off, like Nobody 2. That looks, well, sounds like it could be interesting. The first Nobody with Bob Odenkirk's really good. So it'd be intrigued to see what they do with the sequel, because it's being directed by an Indonesian filmmaker who worked on The Raid with Gareth Evans and made the film. What's it called? Headshot with Iko Uwais and something Tonight They Come For Us. I think it's called Tonight They Come For Us, which are like ridiculously brutal action movies. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that. What else is there that's coming out? Nothing massive that I'm interested in. Like most of my videos are about like older movies, like 80s movies, 90s movies, 2000s, 70s, 50s and stuff. Not a huge amount about the newer movies that come out. I've kind of lost sort of like interest in newer films because like a lot of them are crap, essentially. Like take for instance the Christmas film that's just come out, Red One, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Chris Evans. That film was made for $256 million. Why that film was made for that much money is absolutely insane, because it's a fucking Christmas movie. And it only took 34 million so far. It's only taken 34 million so far, which is a massive flop. And it just shows that like pumping money into a movie is not exactly like the best thing when you're not really concentrating on character, plot and other stuff. Sorry, my phone just beeped. Keep my timeline. Don't know what that means. But yeah, so I'm not hugely into much of the newer stuff that's coming out. What time do I go to bed? About 4 o'clock in the morning. What time is it? It's quarter to midnight now. Well, it's 11:43 p.m. or 23:43 p.m. What time do you go to bed, Stitch Queen? Ah. What time do you work? Like 5 o'clock in the morning? I couldn't do that. In my old job, they started at 6, and my body clock is set to go to sleep at 4 a.m., get up at 11 a.m., and do a 9-hour shift. And I can't do that now. Well, I can't do 6 a.m. starts. See, Matthew, if you haven't got a lot of things to do, then you shouldn't be expending any energy, so it shouldn't make you tired. So, like, I don't know, it's weird. 4 o'clock in the morning, Stitch. 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, my old job used to start at 6 a.m., but we used to have to be there at 5. And like I said, my body clock, my thing, will not let me sleep before 4 a.m. So I couldn't do the morning shifts. I'd only ever do the night shifts. And it would, like, if I had to do an early shift, it would absolutely destroy me for like the next 2 days. But yeah, I don't have to do that anymore, which is good. 12 people are watching me. Why? Did you just click on live and then I popped up and just said Pedro's Movie Cavern and you just clicked on it? Well, yeah, so if you go to bed at 10 and you wake up at 9 a.m. Oh, cheers, Outpost 31. Thanks for being a recent subscriber and enjoying my audio podcasts. Yes, 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 yes. Also, really cool username as well. I think I can guess what you're a fan of. So, Matthew, you have like 11 hours sleep if you go to bed at 10 and wake up at 9. That's insane. That's insane. Greetings from the USA. Hope all is well in the UK. Provids. Thanks, Orc145626. Everything is all right, I guess, in the UK. Thanks for saying I do Provids. I'm Outpost. I'm not a massive fan of steelbooks. I think they're a gimmick when it comes to boxes, and I think they're overpriced for what they are. It's not even proper steel. It's aluminium. Stitch. No, I don't have any kids. I am a single man in his early 40s with no kids. Stitch trying to get the info on me. Damn. Where are you from, Matthew? Because I am from Wales. Outpost, don't say that, because I almost picked that up today and I decided not to because I've already got 2 copies on Blu-ray and 1 on DVD. Thanks for the subscribe, Stitch. I hope you like movies. And check out Stitch's channel. It doesn't seem to be wanting to work now. Don't say the 4K blows the Blu-ray away because everybody had trouble with the Terminator 2 4K. Damn it. Matthew, my current job is no job. I don't have a job. I haven't had a job for a week. I am actively trying to find a new job and trying to change careers. Hi, Paula. This is the problem with James Cameron Outpost. Like, Terminator 2 was shot in 2D with CGI. It wasn't shot in 3D. And I know Cameron can post convert it, and like that's fair enough, but fucking 3D is not good. 3D is not good. Although everyone did complain about the True Lies 4K transfer, and I quite liked it. I thought it was pretty good. The brightness was a bit too high, or the contrast, but other than that, I just turned the contrast down on my TV and it looks absolutely perfect. Yeah, I thought the True Lies 4K was actually pretty good. I really liked it. I know it's used AI for upscaling, but other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. See, I want to get Aliens, and I we I want to get the Abyss as well because the DVD of the Abyss that I've got is the old 20th Century Fox release, and it's unwatchable. But I've got not a 4K. I've got a HD master or version that was on some streaming site, I think, and it was uploaded to the internet. So I've got that on my hard drive. What do you mean, Matthew? Is there something that I'm looking forward to? Ah, Outpost. I would buy them both, but financially, I can't justify the money at the moment. Stitch, why do you wake up at 7 a.m. on the weekends? That's insane. If you haven't got to work. Okay, this was, like I said, this was just a test, but there's 15 people watching me ramble. Oh, now that is a question outpost. Right, so starting at number five and working down to number one. My top five movies of all time. Number five, it usually flip flops. Actually, I'll tell you, I'll go from number one to number five. So, my favourite film of all time is Back to the Future 2, the second one. Um, my second favourite film of all time is George Romero's original 1978 Dawn of the Dead. Amazing movie, best zombie movie ever made. My third favourite film is the movie Ronin, starring um, Robert De Niro, Jean Reno, Sean Bean, sorry, Stellan Skarsgård, directed by John Frankenheimer. Fantastic movie, written by David Mamet under a pseudonym. Amazing car chases in that film, just amazing car chases. My fourth favorite film of all time is actually Rocky Four. I love Rocky Four. It's not a Rocky movie; it's a boxing movie dressed up. Well, it's an action movie dressed up as a boxing movie, but it's great, absolute great fun. And my fifth favorite film of all time, it changes now and then, depends on what mood I'm in, but it changes from either Beverly Hills Cop to From Dusk Till Dawn. So that would be my. So at the moment, it's Beverly Hills Cop. So my top five are Beverly Hills Cop, um, Rocky Four, Ronin, Dawn of the Dead, and Back to the Future Two. Back to the Future Two was the film that got me into skateboarding when I was a teenager. Even though he doesn't really skateboard much in it. Well, he uses the hoverboard, doesn't he? So I mean, the first one, the first Back to the Future, where he pulls the wooden like apple box or whatever it is off the wooden board, essentially inventing a skateboard because it was meant to be a scooter. Beverly Hills Cop is fucking good quality. It's great. I wasn't massively into it when I was younger. I liked it, but then as I got older, I realized how good Beverly Hills Cop is. I even like the third one though. Everyone shits on the third one, but the third one, I think I prefer the third one over the second one. And I love Tony Scott movies. Like I absolutely adore Tony Scott. 17 viewers. Yes, Trading Places. I prefer Trading Places over Coming to America. Um, I wasn't a huge fan of Coming to America. I haven't even seen Coming to America, the sequel. But Trading Places, amazing film. Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, John Landis directed that. Great film. I did watch the one that Eddie Murphy made with um, Dudley Moore. Something Defense. I'll have to check that. I think it was. I think it was made before Trading Places. I have to double check. Let me Google's not Google it. I'll IMDb it. Eddie Murphy. Best Defense. That's the one. Yes. Best Defense. I remember that. I remember that being quite crap actually. I can't remember it being very good. John Robinson. Hello. So what you'll find with me is that I'll remember movies, but I'll like struggle to remember the full title. I'll know other things about it, but like I'm always like, what is it? What is it? I have to double check. So this has actually gone a lot better than I expected. So like I said, this was at the start. This was literally just a test, and so far I've had 17. The most I've had is 17 people watching, which is pretty insane. No, 18 people now. Who are the 18 people watching me? What time is it? Outpost. I've worked in retail for 22 years, and I can't do it anymore. I've been a manager for 12 of those 22 years, and I'm looking at something that's more secure financially and has a good work-life balance because I've worked nights essentially for 22 years, and I miss out on a lot of stuff with my friends because I'm working weekends. But I don't have to do that anymore, which is amazing. Um, I'm not going to go into the reason why I haven't got a job anymore, but put it this way, it's to do with mental health and stress. Um, but I have got some interesting ideas of where I want to go. My dream was always to be a filmmaker, but I'm not going to have that choice now. So I have a second dream, which is to open a food shop, but not like a grocery store, but a place where you could buy sandwiches and hot food and stuff like that, but at a affordable price. But that I need to set up my own business for that, and I don't have the capital to do that. But that would be the dream. But like use locally sourced produce and stuff like that, and organic eggs, and just using stuff that is it's quality but not cheap, but also making it affordable for people who can't necessarily afford in the UK like £9 a sandwich, or spend £11.59 for a Burger King meal. Whereas like you can buy, if you go to like, I've seen videos on YouTube of like the £1 pizza or $1 pizza slice or $1 burger and stuff like that. Why we can do that in the UK, but we don't, because we had too much tax onto everything. So that's my idea. That's my dream now. Do I collect TV DVDs? I'm trying to gather as many network DVDs as I can. Adrian Thomas. You're going to struggle to find network stuff soon, because network went bankrupt. So most of their stuff that was released is going to go out of print unless some other studio or distribution company manages to buy networks catalogue. But I do collect some TV. I'm not a huge collector of TV shows because I pay for streaming sites. So there's stuff that I do own that I absolutely love. Like I own the entirety of Lost. What else have I got? Like I've got Friends, which is one of my favorite shows. South Park, The Simpsons. What else is there? Battlestar Galactica, the Tales from the Crypt series, and things like The Walking Dead, Only Fools and Horses, Dad's Army, Hello Hello, British comedy at its finest. But yeah, good luck in your search to get as many network DVDs as you possibly can, because like I said, it's going to be difficult soon once they go out of print. There's a lot of network stuff I would love to get. Sort of like the 80s like dystopian stuff that the BBC put out. There's one called 1990, I think it is. It's with Edward Woodward. It's a sort of future dystopian Britain, which I really want to see and get hold of a copy of that. My favourite one is my favourite TV show, actually, or one of my favourite TV shows, is this, which is Survivors. It's from 1975, and it is a post-apocalyptic series set in the UK, which is very sort of COVID-esque, but it's great, really, really good. It's quite grim as well. That's, for some reason, that's in my window. But yeah, Survivors is amazing. I've run out of Pepsi Max as well, so what am I going to do? Yeah, I've run out of Pepsi Max. Did I purchase the Hitcher limited edition from Second Sight? No, Outpost I didn't. I'm not a massive fan of the Hitcher. Everybody raves about it. I've got it on DVD, but I'm not a massive fan of it. I wasn't going to spend a huge amount of money on a film that I'm not a massive fan of. Like the stuff that I have spent large amounts of money on are the Flash Gordon 4K, which looks amazing. The Second Sight Dawn of the Dead collection, not the 4K, the standard Blu-ray, because it was $24.99 compared to the £70 that they wanted for the 4K. And what else is there? Flight the Navigator from Second Sight. I'm just looking at on my Blu-ray shelves. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Arrow's release in the hard box shell. and Waterworld as well. But my favourite ones are the Mad Max trilogy 4Ks that HMV released in the UK. Um, on the Cine edition, I think it was. They were £24.99 each, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I would get them down, but I can't be asked, to be honest with you. They are really good. I bought one a month. I set myself a budget to buy them because I absolutely adore the Mad Max movies. But when it comes to, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Furiosa. I loved it. I thought it was good. It was different from what I was expecting. I was probably expecting it to be along the same lines as Fury Road, but it surprised me, and yeah, I enjoyed it. The issue I have with the film is that I think compared to what was done practically in Fury Road, wasn't done practically in Furiosa. I think George Miller relied too heavily on CGI this time instead of using practical stunts. I know there's a lot of practical stunts in it anyway, but yeah, I thought it was really good. Hey LP, love Furiosa, great cast. Yeah, great cast. Um, Chris Hemsworth, best performance he's done by far. And what's her name? Do you know what? I can't even remember her name. I'm gonna give me a sec. Anya Taylor Joy. What am I? So yeah, Furiosa. Awesome film. Absolutely loved Furiosa. This is just a regular Blu-ray. It was cheap. It was in CEX. I think it was like 11 quid or 12 quid. So I was like, I'll just get the Blu-ray. I can upgrade that to the 4K when I upgrade Furiosa, but not Furiosa. Sorry, I have upgraded. Fury Road to the 4K. Yes, Anya Taylor Joy. Welcome back, Matthew. My vape is running very low. Yeah, Servo. The problem with people not seeing it in the theaters was the fact that it was a very, very, very expensive movie set in a world that has previously been established in 4 previous movies that didn't have Mad Max in it. Yes, Outpost. Give me a sec. I wasn't going to grab these down, but these are the limited edition Mad Max movies. Start with the first one. So this is Mad Max 1 from 1979. This is the 4K. These are gorgeous boxes. Hello, Morocco. How you doing, Rashid? Road Warrior. Again, the 4K, stunning boxes. And Thunderdome. I did have the previous release, the red box, which had the original trilogy in. But when I upgraded to these, I just didn't see the need to keep it. But I still have the DVDs. I have the Warner Brothers DVDs. So yeah, that's my Mad Max collection. I fucking love Mad Max. It's weird because I'm filming while I'm recording. I'm doing the live through my iPad, and I'm watching the video on YouTube, and the video on YouTube is zoomed out more than my iPad is zoomed out in front of me, so it makes me look fatter. Rashid, I can't speak French. No, I'm from Wales and I can't even speak Welsh. No, Outpost. I always wanted to get that, but I didn't have a chance to get it because they did another one as well. Didn't they do Reservoir Dogs in a petrol can as well? Yeah, I thought they did. Adrian, good man. Ozploitation movies are great. Brian Trenchard Smith, great director. BMX Bandits, Frog Dreaming. Yeah. What else did he do? Man from Hong Kong with Sammo Hung, great movie. Um, yeah, Ozploitation movies. Did you watch the documentary that came out? Yes, Outpost, Tarantino movies. On my channel, there is a video of me ranking my favorite Tarantino films. Tarantino was actually the filmmaker that got me into a majority of cult movies and stuff. So when I first saw like Reservoir Dogs and they're talking about certain things in that, my favorite, it's gonna be quite controversial. What my favorite is, but my favorite at the moment is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But Django is second favorite. My favorite at the moment is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because the more I watch that movie, the more I think it's absolutely fucking genius. Um, Inglorious Bastards is fantastic. Let's just face it, every Tarantino movie is good, with the exception of even Death Proof has got quality moments in it. I mean, some of the dialogue's not great. I mean, the scene where the four girls are sat in the diner having a chat is just like Tarantino went and sat in a cafe and recorded what four girls were talking about. But the car chase at the end of Death Proof is fucking amazing. Um, what else is there? The Hateful Eight is very, very good, but it's a waste of 70mm. So 70mm, they filmed the Hateful Eight on 70mm and set 90% of the film indoors, but it still looks amazing. It's just a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be because it's essentially was it 10 Little Indians or Then There Was None. It's one of them. It's one of the ones that's based on like an Agatha Christie story that's been adapted many, many times. Right. Outpost. Jackie Brown. So obviously he came out with Reservoir Dogs in 1992 or 91. I think there's a class as 92. And then you've got 1994, you've got Pulp Fiction. And those two films are quite very. They're his own concoction. Whereas Jackie Brown is an adaptation of a already known uh, novel. So Tarantino adapting someone else's work allows him to be a lot more mature, if you know what I mean. So out of the first three films that he did, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown is the most mature film that he's made. And then he went and made Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 after it. But I'd say Jackie Brown is probably narratively his best film because he's followed a path already laid out. Because sometimes his plotting can go a little bit all over the place, even though it makes sense. Like if you look at how Pulp Fiction is made, you've got different stories set at different times during the day. Whereas Jackie Brown is essentially one straight narrative from the beginning to the end. And there's a really cool bit of trivia about Robert De Niro in that movie. He'd just come off doing, I want to say Casino. I think it was Casino with Martin Scorsese. And he didn't want to have a massive part in it, so he agreed to do the role of Lewis. And because he didn't want to be front and center, he didn't want to be the name on it, because like he said, he'd just done Casino with Scorsese, so it was like starring Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and he didn't want to be like the star. He didn't want to have to like do that. So he took a smaller role in Jackie Brown as Lewis, and it has some of the best moments in it. Death Proof followed by Planet Terror, Great Grindhouse, double bill. Yes. I kind of think that Robert Rodriguez kind of screwed up with Planet Terror. I mean, not as in as a film, is because it's a fun movie, but the whole point of the Grindhouse thing was meant to be a throwback to the exploitation movies of the 1970s. So Death Proof is spot on. Like it's got the Vanishing Point car in it. It's got stunt women in it. So you're looking at things like Hooper and the Stuntman with Peter O'Toole. But then you've got Planet Terror, which has moments that are set like they would be filmed in the 1970s, like the hospital scenes. And then you've got all the stuff that is essentially full-on 80s practical effects movies. So things like The Thing and The Blob. And then you've got like The Gun for a Leg. You wouldn't see that in a 70s movie. You'd see it in an 80s movie. You wouldn't see it in a 60s exploitation, like Italian exploitation movie. You'd see it in an 80s sort of B movie. So I think he kind of got that a little bit wrong for that sort of style of film that they were going for. He should have gone more along the lines of like Dawn of the Dead and Lucio Fulci's Zombie, but instead he went with more, what's the word for it? He went with a Dario Argento color grade in an 80s sci-fi gore movie. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So this has been sort of successful as a test. I'm gonna leave it here tonight, and I'm gonna probably stream again tomorrow night, but I'm gonna stream a bit earlier because, like I said, it was a test when I was gonna do it. It's been going on for nearly an hour now, so yeah, I'm gonna call it a night because my vape is dead, and so I'm gonna go and have a cigarette. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who asked me questions and stuff. I will be on tomorrow at some point, probably a little bit earlier, or maybe around the same time. I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream. How the fuck do you end the stream? Is it that? Nope, there's the X in the corner. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, cheers, peace. This is Pedro's Movie Cavern, and I'm Pedro. Thanks everyone, cheers.